play, and it looks like he might pick up the Aurelia, and that could be problematic for a Kennen. Aurelia loves playing into range top laners because you dash through the minions, you dash onto the Kennen, can honestly just beat him up. So
well, speaking of another matchup you might enjoy playing, it is going to be bot side. They're going to try and go for this dive, and this is a little bit of a risk. Yeah, they do have flash available to them. They have no cleanse, though, which means that Light's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He does flash away, but first blood goes over to Elk, and they're swapping the aggro perfectly right now. As Luma flashes away, can he get himself underneath the tower? No, he cannot. Perfectly executed dive. Ultra Prime. Yeah, they're ready for him. They know he's not back in the lane. They aren't going to see him just yet. Now they do know that he's coming in. They're going to try and deny this wave. It's 4v3 in this bot side. They're going to try and jump onto Elk. They will get it, but Lulu is next to fall. It's a 2-for-1 in favor, though, of the side of Ultra Prime. 3-for-1. They may be able to make it a 4-for-1 if they're able to get
down the initial tower aggro take.
Doombee's not done. Doombe is not. He's still roaming, but that's just a terrible idea right now because you have the slicing Maelstrom. 1 kill, 2 kills, double kill! Vital at just stopping this Aurelia from taking over. And they will trade out the Dragon for the Rift Herald, so at least
Hacker's just going to reset. No reason for him to overstay. I say that this is a very big overcommitment.
Big overcommitment. They did have the Zins out there to try and maybe go for this. They should be able to disengage. Nice flash away, but the flawless duet is just that. They land themselves the kill. 3 people.
Oh, and crying.
Oh, he's fine.
I think Tarzan should be able to ward hop. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
No ward.
He's got no ward. He's not going to need it, to be honest with you. He can just solo him out.
He has his mythic finished already. Light is just working with that Noon Quiver.
Yeah, just working with the Noon Quiver.
Easily, right? You're already sort of trading evenly in terms of towers, but because Ultra Prime are getting the Herald as well, they can capitalize even more off the back of this.
Well, the first tower does go over to the side. So again, positive trades here for Ultra Prime.
Yeah, and in fairness to LNG, when you're behind, you kind of have to take negative. Better for them. Makes it a lot harder for Doinby to move around when he has to push, keep, and potentially distance. But crying, poor sleeping.
Yeah, caught sleeping. Got hit by the Sonic Wave.
Quotation marks the Lulu support. So they'll be just to get the top tower, able to answer back. It will be a trade-off on the other side of the map, but LNG are keeping this.
There's absolutely no one from either team. And now, honestly, I think this tower is just dead with a Corki and a Jinx with the rapid fire cannon giving you that extra little bit of safety. You cannot defend it, and this is just dead.
Auto, you're probably a bit too close, so going for those massive rockets to poke out Light, poke out Doinby, I really favor that.
And I love this from Ultra Prime as well. They recognize with the guns that Light had in mid lane, they cannot defend that tower. They now have cleared the vision, but there is scuttle vision in favor. W1D3 running away, gets flashed on, has to flash away. The Everfrost is good. The TP comes in. The kick is great to keep ZS away, but now he jumps straight in on top of the back line. Light in a lot of trouble, gets hit with the Mega Inferno Bomb. That's a good Moonlight Vigil to keep him away and keep his damage safe all the way, all on the top of the bush, though. They're going back in on top of this fight, and W1D3 now in a lot of trouble. They thought they had the fight. They thought they could go back in for the re-engage, and Elk is just flashing forward, feeling like he can get something more. Light answers in kind, and now Ala trying to turn this one around a little bit. He gets the Corki down. They're able to keep the Jinx over the wall. The Jinx is pretty much free hitting, but look at this damage coming out from Light. Look at Light just put in the work right now. It's a 3-for-2 in favor of LNG, but these health bars are low.
Ultra Prime solo lane is really not wanting them to win this fight. Honestly, just such a massive overcommit. And you got to question, was it necessary? And as I say that, Arle's coming in. Not sure you're getting out of this one. No summoners available. I think Shao-Xi needs to go on a brush and Hex Flash. Hex Flash is the only way you're going to kill one of them. Looks like he's trying to find the window, and Elf will go down. Oh. This should just be Baron for LNG.
Yeah.
LNG try and spy near the package. 5k HP. It's ambitious.
It's ambitious. He's dead. Straight up, if he stays there, he's going to die. So he has to back away. Delay Ultra Prime from the soul again. And it's with the split push gets real dangerous.
As well, and because of that MR he's got, the pen build available to Prime isn't going to do nearly as much damage as you'd like. Now, Tarzan's looking, and Hacker, you're just taking so much damage.
Yeah, Hacker needs to ult, but I think Hacker's dead. Yep, Hacker did not respect the pure amount of damage that was coming out. Like, Hacker has no real tank items. He even had a Zhonya's or a stopwatch to use, but now we can see Tarzan behind the wall gets the Jinx, and that's the perfect combination that you want to see. Tarzan is just carrying this game. 5-1 and 6 on this Lee Sin, and has not looked like he's missed a beat. Now they rotate towards the bot side with the Realm Warp. This could just be game.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone from Ultra Prime oversteps and dies, they will just end, right? The Baron buff is keep the minions tanky. You cannot risk things in this situation. ZS does have the ultimate to make things difficult, but it's really, really precarious. They're going to try and end, so I think ZS just has to go in an ultimate.
Yeah, ZS just has to try and go for something. They will take the next Zhonya's available for Tarzan and for Allah. So Allah's just going to be able to walk into here, and oh, there we go. There's the Vanguard Jet on the 3. They're going to be able to kill off Cryan. That's it. That's the game. There's nothing else they can really do about it. ZS tries to go in with the Slicing Maelstrom. Will get the GA out of the Aphelios. Might be a little bit too early to say any celebrations, though, for Ultra Prime. The Aphelios is dead. This Jinx needs to pop off something fierce if they want to try and make this work, but they're not going to be able to. There's just too much CC, too many people getting down in on top of your face. ZS not going to be able to survive off that either. They're going to get the TP in, end the game. LNG will take 1-0 in this best of 3.
You know, and it was a stomp after that initial sort of advantage that Ultra Prime had. As soon as LNG got that winning team fight, they got the Baron, and it completely snowballed out of control. Really decisive from LNG, but honestly, a little bit surprising how Ultra Prime just managed to throw it away so much. I was really positive after the early game, and I think they're being threatened here for Arlay. It looks like he's going to lock it into the Gwen, so hoping to take that 1v1 and using that counter pick. It is a bit of a specialty pick for in lane. You can sort of take like Airy and have more constant pressure. I think not Airy, Comet is usually the typical one, but already Luman can just apply that pressure, but just get grabbed here.
Yeah, they're going to actually flash forward. This is Elk trying to say, look, I can get the kill here. Flash in, gets the first blood onto the Shousey. It's an all-in lane. Yes, it's a super safe bot side, but Light and Elk are going toe-to-toe right now. Shousey will have the Time Warp Tonic to keep himself nicely topped up, but great start for Ultra Prime again in this bot side.
Oh, but Tarzan's coming. This is a kill, 100%.
Yeah. This is just a kill. They're going to try and maybe trade it back as I say that. Level 2 has been hit, and now you can see Elk trying to see if he can get a trade into on top of this. Oh, he predicted it! He gets the zap, and Tarzan flashes away. They will not give over the trade.
It's a guaranteed all-in kill in most situations when you're playing against Caitlyn. So
Tarzan's here. It's a 3v3 in the bot side. They're going to go straight in. Yep. Tarzan's just like, I can't. I'm sorry. Bye. This is a very surprising objective for LNG to be able to take, considering how many resources Ultra Prime put in bot side.
If he steps up too far forward, could get turned around on.
Yeah, they're trying to bait him. You can see him flashes in, the flash away, and now Tarzan can find himself a pretty easy kill. That's going to be like getting that kill donated over to him, and that's just a very, very smart macro play coming out from Tarzan. They even have Doomby here as well, should they want to try and go for Elk. They might just drop down the Rift Herald and go for it right now because they really want to put this bot lane down. Flash over, flag and drag over into the Cataclysm. The flash away, the ace in the hole, another kill for Light. He's back in the game with 3 kills now to his name. There is the Light binding. Nowhere for you to go.
You know, we saw the rough laning phase, but it's now 3-1 for Light. Gonna get all these plates on the first tower gold. It's gonna be a pretty fed Caitlyn. So he's gonna try and find a window to join. Remember, flashless.
Flashless, can he land the Q? Yes, he does. They will get a bit of decent damage on top of him. Can they get the kill, though? The answer is yes, they can. Cryan will pick that one up, so a good response.
By the time you got a few items, you are getting a ton of attack speed. I believe it's 10% per legendary item you complete.
It's roughly about that as we see Elk finally getting the turret on bot side, gets full plate gold as well, so he's going to be coming back into this game a little bit. He's still about 500 gold behind, and Doomby.
I've seen this before.
I've seen this before, definitely. We got Hacker running in at him as well. He'll flash in, try to get the stun down. He will be able to get it. They will try and get that one over to Cryan, who ends up dying again. These donation kills are crippling Ultra Prime, and now you've got Loom out here with Light to try and just take down the rest of these kills. They will get the Gwen in. That's a fantastic Jink roster from downtown, though, to get these Velt bars low. It's all on ZS to try and kill off both of these people to make this worth for the side of Ultra Prime. Good side step, and Light went for a kill, didn't end up getting it, and that should be the mid lane turret pretty much secured here. They are going to just fully commit to it. You have got the shield.
Able to find their way in this one. Tarzan had a really strong performance, and we already saw in game 1 that Ultra Prime struggled to win with a lead. Now they don't have a lead. I am really concerned.
Yeah. No, that's the point. You say nice things, then we curse him forever. But speaking of cursing him forever, ZS now in a lot of trouble. Doomby going to be here now to try and put down the laser in the gravity field. ZS trying to see if he can trade this one back. Not going to be able to do it, though, as we can see the Cataclysm going in on top of the Corki.
That is brutal.
Yeah, that is a brutal combination. Nowhere for him to go without his flash, and they're going to be able to pick up 2 tier 2s now. One in the mid lane, one in the bot side. I feel like this is just going to be a very easy game right now. Gets pretty much all ultimates on top of him. The ace in the hole was available. I'm sure he would have gotten that too. So now the last tier 2 in that top side is going to be taken. They get the flag and drag. They get the kill onto Hacker. Looks like he's going to go from 1-12 to 1-13 on this Udyr in his career, and it's all LNG. This is not even 20 minutes. There's not even a Baron to steal, Ox. There's nothing. Then what are you supposed to do?
I'm working on an answer, okay?
Yeah, I'll come back to you. Here we go, Cataclysm. Elk gets himself the flash out. They are already on to the inhibitor turret. There's some good damage. Elk has got himself a little bit more in the tank. Setups for light, but as I say that, we're going to see if they're going to go for the package play. They are. Tarzan did flag and drag away, though. Put enough distance between him and the wall. Hacker and Cryin 100% come out of that much worse of that play. Now they're going to keep going on to it. There's the Cataclysm. The flash is going to be used to bring the Jarvan back out. Jarvan will die. It does go over to Shousey. Not
but the movement speed they'll definitely appreciate when they are looking for these frequent engages. If they're able to secure that 1-3 in the back. Hacker's fishing. Does have flash to get over the wall.
They may look for it. They know exactly where he is, though, so they know exactly what they want to be trying to go for here. There is the final spark to try and keep away Cryin. The Baron down to about 1,000 HP. There we go. It is going to be secured over there by LNG. However, Victor is dead. Doonby has fallen. They will trade that for the jungler right now. Never mind. The Jinx is dead. It's a double kill for Allah. It's a triple kill for Allah, and he's going to go hunting. He wants that pentakill. He wants the first pentakill of the 2022 split. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it, though, because they're all running real fast.
Yeah, a bit too far away now. It's going to have timed out. I think, honestly, LNG can just look for the end here if they really want to. At bare minimum, this mid inhibitor is going to go down, but it just feels like Ultra Prime kind of fallen over. They didn't even have a lead to give away in this game, but they are struggling at this point. So much damage coming out from the other side. They just don't have the real tools to engage, right?
He's got himself the TP. He's going to use it straight away to try and buff up that minion, make sure it cannot die. That's going to be the tower broken. That's going to be the second inhibitor falling, and there's just only so much you can do. Ultra Prime watching as the rest of the base just falls apart.
And Hacker once again running, but he's going to get turned around on.
He's going to get turned around on straight away. They can just do so much on this. Fiora will die. There's a good Cataclysm, and that's going to be the Jarvan falling as well. It's a 4v2, and there's an Infinity Edge on this Elk. Elk has got some decent damage, but Elk cannot survive. He forgot where Doonby was in his positioning. There's the ace in the hole. Oh, nicely done there by Doonby. It's just the Gwen. It's just the lonely ZS to try and defend this one here. I don't think they can do it. I think it's going to be LNG starting off their campaign of the LPL Spring 2022 split with a 2-0 win over Ultra Prime.
Yep, and we'll see that we'll kill them out again, but it doesn't matter. The game is over, and it's kind of the expectation, right? I like the competition.
More of a test, and a bit more of a conversation to have once those tests actually, occur. Once we see the results of those exams and see how they're able to fare up. I still think that Doonby's an absolutely insane carry. I think Tarzan is still probably the best jungler we have in the league. It is going to be a very, very fun split to get the answers from. And again, we've only one game. This is 1 out of 16, so you got the first step forward, but you need to keep going. You need to have a much bigger start than this. And a lot of eyes are going to be on when their next game is as well, because before, if you can get a couple of wins before the Chinese New Year kicks in, that's a big win for you.
Yeah, and I think looking on the other side for Ultra Prime, there was some good moments. I think Elk really looked solid, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
he tried,
good.
Man. He tried his hardest.
He absolutely tried. I think if the team can figure out some things, fix some problems, I think Shousey and Elk are a really good bot lane, honestly. I love the aggression from Shousey. I love Elk. Just his ability to carry when he's given resources is pretty solid. It's just the team cohesion isn't quite there. Some of the calls are a bit rough. I have no idea why they picked Udi in that game, but I think there is some potential, and I'm hoping to see a bit more from them as the split goes on. I'm hoping they'll beat out their 5 wins that they had last split, and you'll see this one is kind of like they had that early lead, right? They had that early advantage from Chelsea, but it just, as soon as LNG were able to claim that advantage, you just felt like the game was out of Ultra Prime's control.
Yeah, I feel like, again, that the Udyr just doesn't really make a lot of sense with the composition. They tried to just snowball on bot side and just weren't able to get as much of an advantage as they even had in the first game, so it happens. You move on, you get yourself set up and ready for it, but a big win there for LNG. Start their campaign up next. They will go up against RA. That's going to be on Saturday, I believe. We're casting that again as well, so lots to look forward to. Lots of LNG. We're going to be very familiar with this team. So, you look at the kind of teams they're up against before Chinese New Year. It's RA, it's Invictus Gaming, WE, and then it's FBX. So it's kind of like you get a couple of good runs from the side of LNG before you're really putting yourself to the test.
Really? Are you saying that about RA after we saw them today? You know, could they be the best team in the league?
I withhold judgment. Technically, right now they're equal with LNG.
Yeah,
so
they're number one, top of the standings.
The top of the standings with LNG and EDG. That's what they have for themselves right now. So, and OMG technically as well. So, it's going to be a long split. But again, you know, for Ultra Prime, a lot of really unfortunate things happen. I still feel like it's a bit of a red flag for them, the fact that they did have such an early game advantage in game one and just weren't able to convert it. And that to me is a lot more concerning than, you know, a lot of other things that I saw in that game, because, you know, these are all great teams and these are all good players, but if you can't convert that kind of a win, that's a concerning kind of setup for you going forward.
I think there's other teams in the league where they would have won from that position against.
Yeah.
I think a big aspect of it was LNG being such a strong lineup that one mistake is enough. There are a bunch of teams who similarly would have punished you for that, but I also think there are some teams where you would have gone away with that, right? And I think that's the thing to think about, is they can make a takeaway from this. They can definitely clean up, but at the same time, they did manage to find that early league. And what I don't like is when teams, particularly in the LPL, when teams who are, you know, weaker just sort of play very passively, play not to lose, and then just end up, you know, falling anyway. I think the main thing is that we saw them play to win, right? Ultra Prime came here to win. They came in with aggressive picks for Chelsea, who was making things happen. They got that early lead, and yeah, they didn't find it all the way, but it's better than them just sort of rolling over and dying. So, you know, I at least enjoyed watching them put their best in, particularly Chelsea, but LNG are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, really much so. And just wanted to kind of get you, we're waiting on the MVP or Man of the Rift for that particular game. Who was your Man of the Rift, Docs? Who do you think played the best in game 2?
Ooh, I gotta say Tarzan, I think.
I think Tarzan, despite Light.
Yeah, I think Light was good, but also there was the whole... I feel like this is unfair because I'm kind of thinking about the fact that bot lane was